Sports Mag is back and on the beach with the AVP Tour and an interview with CU alum Rachel Wacholder.
And you wouldn't believe the mayhem that happened in Oklahoma on Saturday.
Texas proved to be the second-ranked team in the nation, putting up 60 points.
And the women's golf team is back on the links. Stay tuned for a preview of the upcoming season.
Could the CU-CSU game come down to another Mason Crosby kick?
I don't know. Stay tuned to find out on CU Sports Mag.
Watch CU Sports Mag, because I do.
Hello, and welcome back to yet another year of CU Sports Mag. I'm Sean Hauser alongside Callie Zanandri. We know you missed us, so we shall get right down to it. The Buffs kicked off their season last Saturday against Colorado State. Could there possibly be another nail-biter at Folsom Field? The answer lies within the highlights. Let's take a look. The Buffs return to Folsom Field led by their mascot Ralphie. Early in the first quarter, Joe Klatt decides to take this one all by himself. He will go 15 yards before he's brought down hard, but no worries, he was unfazed. Later in that same drive, Colorado goes with a fake option to Brandon Cesar. Take a look at this lick put on Joe Klatt. Luckily he was okay, but Cesar, he's going to take this one all the way to the 25-yard line. CSU's Jimmy Green tries here to punch it into the end zone, but Jordan Dizon says, nope, not here, not now, not today. After a turnover on downs, the Buffs are still looking to get in the end zone in the second quarter as Joel Klatt hooked up with Dusty Sprague. Klatt ended up with 283 passing yards. Charles Pierce trying to get CU's running game going, but unsuccessful as he fumbles the ball. CSU will finally recover this ball after pass CSU hands. CU had 4 turnovers, but CU does respond here as Joel Klatt goes deep to tight end Joe Klopfenstein with a fantastic catch. Soon after, Hugh Charles takes the pitch from Joel Klatt, and he's going to go to the place you all know. That's right, all the way home to the end zone. Charles had 2 rushing touchdowns. But here's the play that changed it all. The 2-point conversion. Klatt to Evan Judge squeezes it by the defenders. That's going to put the Buffs down by 3 points. Sets up for this field goal by Mason Crosby. Score is tied at 21. CSU back with the ball, trying here to get something going on offense when Justin Holland attempts what we like to call here an ill-advised pass on the run. It's picked off and nearly ran back. That caused quite a scare over on the CSU sideline. And here's the good one on the very next play. Hugh Charles says 12 on 5 seconds. Ram this. He's going to go cut upfield one more time and into the end zone he will go. All I have to say is unbelievable running by the sophomore halfback. Buffs are up by 7 points. Boulder Police preparing for the ride, but CSU has different plans as Justin Holland hooks up with Corey Sperry, and just like that, the game is tied at 28, but that's when CSU makes a big mistake. The squib kick by Kevin March allows Stephon Robinson to enter a place I like to call Crosbyville. Yeah, that's right. Barnett sends out the kicking crew, and Crosby shows just why they call him Mr. Automatic. 47-yard field goal is good. The fans rush the field. The goalpost will go down, and the Centennial Cup will stay in Boulder for yet another year. Final score 31-28. Buffs on top. Klatt went 22-33 for 283 yards and 1 interception. Charles with 15 carries for 101 yards. Let's take a look and see what Coach Barnett and the players had to say after the game.
Just no substitute for winning, no matter who it is, and you know, I have all the respect in the world for Coach Lubick and their guys and the way they play, and you know, to win at home the way we did is, no matter who it was against, it was sweet.
We wanted to score 50 on them and not have them score at all, but it didn't end up that way. But we fought back and we won the game. We
have to now straighten up that sloppy play and enjoy this victory as much as we can and get on with it. But you know, we saw enough out there to know that. You know, if we fight like that and eliminate some mistakes, that we can be a pretty decent team.
Saturday's CU-CSU game, the University of Colorado Athletic Department teamed up with the American Red Cross to collect monetary donations for the Disaster Response Fund. Earlier this week, the American Red Cross had already collected an estimated $409 million in cash and pledges. The organization is still accepting donations, so if you'd like to help, please contact them at www.redcross.org, or you can call 1-800-HELP-NOW.
TCU had God on their side for when they took on the number 7 ranked Sooners. Let's take a road trip around the Big 12.
And here is the shocker of the weekend, the 7th ranked Oklahoma taking on the Horned Frogs. Early in the first quarter, Paul Thompson fumbles the ball and TCU recovers. Quarterback Ty Gunn dodges the sack and hits the wide receiver for the touchdown. Later on in the second quarter, Peter Lococo knocks it through the uprights. The score now 10-0 TCU. Coach Bob Stoops is frustrated with the 17-10 loss to the unranked TCU.
The second-ranked Texas Longhorns took on the Ragin' Cajuns last week here in the first quarter. Adair Fragoso takes this one to the house from 10 yards. A few touchdowns later, Jamal Charles takes it 16 yards for yes. Another Longhorn touchdown. In the second quarter, Heisman hopeful Vince Young throws to Nate Jones. Who? Nate Jones for the touchdown. For the Longhorns are showing some love for the blowout. Texas back at it. Here's Sam Reyes with the reverse. He can't be stopped, hurling over bodies on his way to the Heavenland. The score now racking up as Vince Young throws yet another touchdown to David Thomas. Could this get any worse, folks? Vince Young's answer to that is yes, as he throws another touchdown pass to David Thomas. Longhorns still not letting up. Vince Young decides, I'm going to take this one for myself. Texas finally puts in the backups, and Kyle Phillips will be stuffed. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed tackles leading to a touchdown. Kyle Phillips, could he do it again? Why, yes, he can. Missed tackle after missed tackle. Touchdown Longhorns. Final score 60-3.
Now we move ahead to Arkansas State versus Missouri, another Big 12 contender. Missouri came out strong from the beginning. And early in the first quarter, Woods for a 23-yard run and a touchdown, 6 points on the board. Puts him ahead early. That touchdown helps fire up the small student section from Missouri. Close after, Brad Smith throws his first touchdown. The score, 19-0. Smith is back at it again with another touchdown pass to Chase Kaufman. Final score, 44-17. Missouri coming away with the win.
Florida International came to Kansas take on the Wildcats, but Cats defense came hungry and ready to play. Josh Patrick here completes a pass to Julius Eppinger, but still not a whole lot going for Florida's offense. And then finally, when it looks like a spurt of hope for Florida, Chandler Williams going to cough this ball up big, and Kansas will recover, which leads to this play that resulted in a touchdown pass by Allen Webb. From then on, K-State pretty much lit it up as Jermaine Moyer takes this punt return all the way back for a touchdown. He's pumped up the crowd. Kansas State comes out on top 35-21.
Next up is Iowa State taking on Illinois State. Illinois State is off to a rough start as Jason Berryman grabs the interception. Illinois State is back, but Brad Thompson is stuffed for a loss. Stevie Hicks is showing off his skills as he takes it in for a touchdown. No one can stop him as he goes through all the way down the field to the end zone. Score 15-22, Iowa State. Iowa State shows off their passing game as they put another one in the end zone. Final score, Iowa State 32-21. There may not be a Heisman hopeful on the Buffs football roster this fall, but 4 players did manage to make it for national awards. Quarterback Joel Klatt was nominated for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, while V-back Lawrence Vickers was one of 47 candidates put on the Doak Walker's Award watch list. Also, linebacker Brian Ewu and Thaddeus Washington are on the 2005 Butkus Award. But quarterback Joel Klatt knows it's about the team and not the individual.
That would just be icing on the cake. Everything, with us is really team oriented. We like to keep it that way, and if we're getting our team goals accomplished, then hopefully some of those individual honors will fall our way. Mason's up for some honors as well. So got some good players out there, and those are just a consequence of good play for the team.
Stick with us. When we return, we will reveal this week's Athlete of the Week.
And we'll also have a recap of the volleyball game from last night.
I'm Rachel Wacholder, and you're watching CU Sports Mag. Go Bucks!
Oh no, the dinosaur commercial.
The dinosaur.
You don't need to be bigger than life to be a good dad. You just need to spend time with your kids. It takes a man to be a dad.
University of Colorado recently signed a $20 million contract with Nike. Nike is one of the largest sports apparel companies in the world. This is the third sponsorship contract that Nike has signed with the university. They will sponsor CU through 2016, providing the university with shoes and other athletic equipment. The sponsorship will benefit several athletic organizations, including club sports, intramural sports, and even the Golden Buffalo Marching Band.
The CU volleyball team had their home opener on Thursday night at the Coors Event Center. They took on the Stanford Cardinals, the defending national champions. The Buffs came out strong, delivering rock-hard spikes and blocking the Cardinals' aerial assault. With a series of precision passes, the Buffs threatened to take away the first game. Stanford, however, quickly retook the lead and reclaimed the opening game from the Buffaloes. Stanford's freshman sensation Feluke Akinrado outpowered CU. In the end, the Cardinals soared over the Buffs 3-0. Here's what Coach PEIU had to say after the match.
We weren't messing up. They were making plays on the ball, great plays on the ball. When you look at that, I mean, they beat us. They worked, and we made them work hard to beat us. And if we make teams do that, I think you're going to come out on top in matches. We just didn't come out tonight.
The Colorado women's soccer team opened their 2005 campaign from a come-from-behind over Vanderbilt by a count of 2-1. The Buffs then played the number 2 ranked North Carolina Tar Heels in Kansas. The Heels trampled the Buffs 3-0. At the Denver Soccer Classic last weekend, Colorado struggled and wound up tying both DU and Wyoming. The Buffs traveled to sunny Southern California this weekend to take on the third-ranked UCLA Bruins and their arch rival USC. We'll have the recap for you next week on Sports Mag.
Yeah, he's up for some big award, but more importantly, Mason Crosby is Sports Mag's Athlete of the Week.
I knew they were going to drive down and just, get it in field goal range. I didn't know maybe they'd try one for the end zone, just to go for it, but I knew they were just going to try to, move it down as far as they could. And after Stephon got that long return, I kind of knew it was going to come down to it. We crossed the 50, game's on the line. Barnett's going to put me out there regardless, so I pretty much have to, feel confident out there, go out there and, try to make it. When they started driving, the guys were so confident, in me and in the whole situation that it just gave me confidence, and snap and hold were perfect, so I really had no doubt, whenever I ran out there. I'm Mason Crosby. See you.
Crosby was named the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Week for the third time in his career. He is also a semifinalist for the Lou Groza Place Kicker Award.
Everyone at CU would agree that outside linebacker Brian Ewu deserves the Butkus Award. If he wins, he will join 2 other CU alum who have won it in the past. That brings us to this week's trivia question. Who are the 2 CU alum that have previously won the prestigious Butkus Award? We'll have the answer for you later in the show.
Don't go away. Double Team is up next, plus we've got much, much more to go.
Keep it here.
Come here. Do I have to teach you everything? Am I in the shot even? Let's go. Come on. You need a good background if you're going to do an interview. Say, a show promo, What do you need for your birthday?
I'll give you a little birthday present.
We'll probably have to edit that out. Get set, go! Hey everybody, I'm Chris Rose, host of the Best Damn Sports Show period on Fox Sports Net. You can catch it at 8:30 and 11 o'clock every night, by the way. That's weeknight or occasionally on the weekends. And by the way, I love Boulder, Colorado. We have a great time here. But the one thing I have to do, in addition to visiting a few of the local establishments, is watch the CU Sports Mag. Because if I don't, I walk away out of here, I'm not informed. And I need to know my CU sports. It's that simple. So keep watching, all right? I'm going to. Don't miss it.
One out of every 4 babies is not fully immunized. Your child could get a deadly disease. Get all your baby's shots before age 2. You gave them life. Protect it.
Sad. Looking back now, the things you go through in life. Scary. The worst thing about being on welfare was at Christmas time. I couldn't get my kids what they really wanted. I had to get a better life for my girls and myself. I got off welfare. I got a good job. Makes me the happiest mother in the world. I live for my girls.
We're not asking you to hire everyone on welfare, just one.
As we all know by now, the Buffs came away with a win over CSU last weekend.
Double teams Phil Milani and Danielle Bernstein take a closer look at the game and preview the matchup against New Mexico State this weekend.
Hello and welcome to the first double team of the year alongside Phil Milani. I'm Danielle Bernstein.
Now, our SportsMag staff had many questions about our football team, so they mailed some letters to us. That's why it's time for Mag Mail. Okay, Danielle, let's hear the first question.
All right, Phil. First question, offense or defense? Who had a better overall game against CSU?
I'm going to have to say that was definitely the offense because they brought the team back from a huge deficit. They also got the crowd going. Everybody was pumped up when the offense started to go. Hugh Charles rushed for 101 yards here. You guys can see him scoring the touchdown right there. Also, another incredible stat, the Buffs gained 20 or more yards on 6 first down plays. That's an incredible start to a series. And also, the Buffs scored 31 points against a tough CU defense. Clearly, the offense had the better game.
I'm definitely going to have to disagree with you there. I'm going to go with the defense on this one. More consistent throughout the game, 4 interceptions, one of those which was returned to the CSU 23-yard line, putting the offense in a better scoring position and at a critical point in the game, setting up Hugh Charles ultimately to go in for the go-ahead touchdown. Washington and Billingsley also really stepping it up in this game. CU only allowing 95 yards rushing against the Rams. Overall, in the end, it's the defense who's helping create those opportunities for the offense to get those scoring.
All right, I guess both sides of the ball played well. Okay, time for the next question. Okay, which of Barnett's decisions had a greater impact on the outcome of the game? The decision in the second quarter to go for it on 4th down, or the fourth quarter decision to go for 2 when the Buffs were down 21-16?
I'm going to have to go with the second quarter decision to go for it on 4th down. Not the greatest point in the game for CU, but Barnett really showing some confidence in his team right now. Vickers, here he is, running it in, gets the TD, and without that touchdown, the game could have been totally different. The Buffs go into halftime down 14-3, not 14-10. So I think making that deficit a little bit more minimal, they come back in the second half a lot better.
However, I think that the fourth quarter decision to go for 2 is huge. That's the most riskiest offensive call in the game. Also, it brought the Buffs back within a field goal when everybody was counting them out. Here you can see the throw. Awesome play. The fans got back into it. The game got way more intense, and clearly CSU felt that pressure. They weren't the same team afterwards. That's why it was a more important play.
All right, well, let's get to our next question. How will Colorado's close victory over CSU affect their performance against New Mexico State this weekend?
I think it was really important. It got the first game jitters gone. Now they're back in game shape. The most important thing the Buffs can't do is get overconfident and think about the big Miami game coming up in a few weeks. Examples of this is like last week, TCU came in and beat Oklahoma. Who would ever thought that would have happened? Also, a few years ago, Baylor came in here and beat the Buffs. That would have never happened. They have to concentrate on this game because anything can happen on any Sunday or on Saturday.
I agree with you. And in addition to that, CU cannot overlook this game. Yes, New Mexico State is a lower-ranked team, but they have to make sure that they do not play down to their level.
Yeah.
CU has to come out ready to play and ready to play their game this weekend.
Definitely. Okay, time for the last question on MagMail. Okay, what aspects of their game do they need to work on to focus on going into this game this weekend?
I'm definitely going to have to say aggressiveness and cleaning up some of the sloppiness on the offensive line, giving Cloud a little more time in the pocket to work with, make some better passes. He's not as good under pressure, so with that extra time, he'll be able to get off a lot better passes there. Also, getting on the board early.
Defensive backs playing well there.
New Mexico State scored all 17 of their points in their game last weekend in the fourth quarter. So you need to get on the board early, build up their lead. New Mexico State then won't have a chance to come back.
NMSU last week was down 31-0 at halftime against UTEP. So if the Buffs can come out to a good start, that'd be great. Also, UTEP has 3 freshmen on their D-line. That's really important for the offensive line. That'll open up some huge gaps for Hugh Charles. He'll have an awesome game. Also, if they're playing from behind, NMSU last week threw 70 passes and had 8 interceptions. So if they're playing from behind, they're going to be throwing a ton more. And they don't really have to worry about the rushing. Last week, New Mexico State was negative 17 rushing yards, mainly due to most of the sacks. But that's okay.
All right, well, that wraps up everything here today. Hopefully everyone who sent in their questions feels like they got them all answered.
Well, thanks for joining us for a little mag mail here on Double Team. Don't forget to catch the fireworks this weekend at the halftime game. And signing out for Danielle Bernstein, I'm Phil Milani. Let's throw it back to you guys at the news desk.
All anxious to find out that answer to the trivia question. We'll have that for you when we get back from this break.
You know, we sing for millions of girls, but helping out in schools, that's the real deal, baby. I know our love can multiply, 'cause you're the X and I'm the Y.
I'm the cute one, you know what I'm saying? So, have you ever been backstage before?
Okay, guys, this is an abacus, an old school calculator. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like the circle and the square, our geometry is a perfect pair.
Now, why should kids know about gravity?
Well, gravity holds them down.
I once was one, but now we're two. I'm spinning out of control. Want to spread my love to you.
Oh, God. Well, time's up. Think you got it? Let's find out. The question again, which 2 CU alums have won the Butt Kiss Award? The answer, Alfred Williams in 1990 and Matt Russell in 1996. Will Iwu be the third? We'll find out on December 10th.
CU Sports Mag Zone Aaron Burgess served up a conversation with former Buffalo Rachel Wacholder last weekend at the AVP Boulder Open. Let's take a look.
We are here at the Boulder Reservoir for the AVP Boulder Open. I'm standing with rising star on the AVP Tour, Rachel Wacholder. Rachel, how's it feel to be back in Boulder?
So nice. I absolutely love it here, and it's been too long since I've been back, so I'm very happy, just sad that I won't be here longer.
Yeah. You were here at CU from 1993 to 1996, and you had really an outstanding career here. I want to take a minute and kind of have you relive your college career and find out what made you decide to come to Colorado and play volleyball as a Buffalo.
You know, I really didn't have a dream school growing up. Like some of my friends, like, oh, I want to go to, you know, whatever, UCLA, whatever it was. I didn't really. And when I started getting recruited, I was just pretty open to every school. And I really liked the idea of leaving California, going to a place that had seasons, that was a big school, a good athletic department. So I decided to take one of my trips to Colorado, and it was actually my second trip. And I came, and I absolutely fell in love with the place. I mean, driving in, I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. And then I loved the team, and So I just committed right there. I was like, you know what? I don't want to confuse myself anymore. This is where I'm going to school. And it was a great decision.
Yeah, I mean, you had an outstanding career at CU. You recorded over 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs. You spent all 4 years there. You were started all 4 years. But what made you decide, after playing on a hard court with 6 other players, to decide to play sand with only 2 players? And what kind of changes did you have to make in your game for that?
You know, I really didn't think I'd keep playing. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do job-wise. So first few years of college, I did some random things, and I played indoors in Spain for a season, and I ended up meeting a guy who played beach volleyball and started dating him. So I kind of got introduced to the beach volleyball scene through him. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and here I am.
This worked out really well for you. Yeah. You've been on the AVP Tour for 7 years now, is that right?
My 6th year.
6th year, okay. This year is by far your most successful. How does it feel to be paired with Elaine Youngs, one of the Olympic bronze medalists?
I feel really lucky. She's obviously, I mean, you can look at her results. She's an amazing player, but it's just been a lot of fun, and I feel like I'm finally reaching my potential, and I still think that we can grow a lot as a team, but it's just exciting just to be close to the top and feel like we can even, you know, get better than this.
Yeah, you've been really successful this year. You won at Cincinnati and in Huntington Beach. What is it going to take to beat, well, if you end up in the finals, to beat Carrie Walsh and Misty May here in Boulder?
You know, we just have to side out really well and play an aggressive game. They're obviously very good, best team in the world. But when we've had success against them, it's when we've played really aggressive and sided out well and kind of kept the pressure on them, which I think that we're capable of doing. So I think we can do it. I'd love to do it here. It would be
great. We'd like to see it.
Fun for me.
We'll be in the crowd rooting for you. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
For the first time ever on CU Sports Mag, we're doing a story on women's golf. Our own Maddie Marshall has an exclusive preview of the Ladies Buffs' upcoming season.
The Colorado women's golf team is already swinging into action, and Coach Ann Kelly is optimistic about the season.
We hope to see a lot of improvement just like we had last year. We have some great players returning, Hannah Hoke, Maria, Pearson Goulda, Jessie Malcolm, and then we also have some new additions, Lindsay Callio and Sarah Rublid, and good walk-on to our team, Sierra Coe, so we're looking forward to it.
Despite losing Allison Rella, the Buffs hope to have a great season with the likes of junior Hannah Hoke and senior Jessie Malcolm teeing it up for Colorado.
Well, I think we have a good leader on our team in Hannah Hoke. Hannah was our #1 player last year. She won 2 tournaments.
Well, I had a really good season last year, so I just want to improve on that. I hope we can make it to regionals as a team, and then, you know, that's kind of the big goal, and then if we make it that far, then maybe nationals.
But Hannah Hoke isn't the only Buff making strides.
I also think our new freshman coming in, Lindsay Callio, ought to, push them to the next level. She's #1 player out of Canada. She just won the Canadian Junior, which is similar to our U.S. Junior Championship. So she's a great player, hits the ball a long way, and I think once she makes the adjustment to college golf, she'll be somebody really fun to watch.
Maddie Marshall, CU Sports Mag.
This weekend, fall sports are starting to get into full swing. Friday, volleyball faces off against Creighton in the Colorado Invitational at 7 p.m. in the Coors Event Center. Soccer is in Los Angeles playing USC in the UCLA Women's Cup at 9 p.m.
Saturday, volleyball continues the Invitational, going against Marquette at 2 p.m. in the Coors Event Center. At night, football team plays New Mexico State at 8 p.m. at Folsom Stadium with fireworks following the game. That'll be fun. And Sunday, rounding up the weekend, soccer will be facing off against UCLA in LA at 12:30, continuing the Women's Cup. So, Sean, what do you think? How are the Buffs going to do this weekend?
I'm feeling confident this week. I'm going to have to go 24-10 Buffs.
All right. I hope we win. I think we will, and the fireworks will sure be fun.
That'll be awesome. I gotta love the fireworks. Light up the sky at night over Folsom Field. Oh, it's a beautiful place for fireworks.
It is, and it'll be a nice night, hopefully. No rain. So, I definitely think the Buffs are going to win again, so let's hope they can keep their record up. I'm Callie Zanandri for Sean Hauser. Have a great night.
Take care.